the way this world is now, I want to do something about it.
Yeah.
And the way the yogi is doing something about it, because you become a shining light within your own divinity.
Well, let me ask you something. Now, why is it that you couldn't just, why do you feel the need to have the, let me see how I could put this. Why you need the tethering to the organization itself? Because it seems to me, from what you're telling me, okay, and tell me if I've assessed this correctly, okay, but that really they aren't, the organization as it stands right now is not really carrying through the spirit of what he taught in a way that's befitting to how he was, or to the
yeah. I've answered this question many times.
So how,
and it's been asked of me.
So why continue in this realm and not just carry it on in your own way?
Because I do it for him. I do it for him, and I do it for the masters who were behind him. If I was doing it for them, they'd never see me again, ever. None of them. And because of the work that the organization does, you see, what it is you got people like a bunch of trained monkeys. He trained them so well, they're correctly carrying out, well, I don't want to say 100% correctly, but no, the mechanics, they're carrying out 100% correctly. And Jim, look, I haven't only scratched the surface. This master was beyond anything you've ever heard of. Now, here's the thing. It's not that Jesus couldn't have done this. It's not that Sri Krishna couldn't have done it. It's not that Buddha couldn't. Maybe they couldn't have, because he could very well be the greatest master who's ever walked the earth. I mean, if you study his life the way I do, it's like, wow. But really, Sri Krishna, he said one time it would take 8 Buddhas and 8 Jesuses to make one Sri Krishna put together.
Right.
He said the Sri Krishna was the greatest.
Right.
In a physical body.
Right.
In a physical body.
Yeah.
Because probably the greatest is Lord Babaji, but Lord Babaji is in a physical body. I mean in an ordinary physical body.
Right.
Lord Babaji's in an ascended body.
Right.
The thing is, we're entering into this Aquarian age.
Right.
So the Piscean age was the age of emotion. The Aquarian age will be the age of science, but not this ridiculous, limited physical science. It's going to be a metaphysical science. It's going to incorporate all the metaphysical aspects, not just the gross material as we are now.
Right.
So the time, because he was born as an Aquarius, of course, he probably was the Aquarian master to usher in the Aquarian age, to herald the Aquarian age, just like Jesus was the Piscean master. Jesus was born in March as a Pisces. That's where the fish comes from. We talked about this before. The Christian fish, because the sign of Pisces is 2 fish. And back in the early days, it was dangerous to be a Christian. So one Christian would describe a fish in the dirt with his finger, and the other would do the same. That was their secret sign that it was safe, because if they were a Roman, they'd be fed to the lions or burned at the stake, or God only knows. They did foul things to Christians.
Yeah.
Foul things. This was a really sick group.
Yeah.
The point being is that he is an Aquarian master, so part of his mission, it really wasn't part of his mission, but it kind of grew out of his mission, was to reintroduce certain sciences, because these things had already been done in Atlantis and Lemuria. We were way beyond this in Lemuria, way beyond this in Atlantis. So we'd done these things before. So his task was to reintroduce certain sciences, the science of radionics and the science of shape power in particular. And so he devised these different this radionic equipment, which if I left the organization, I would not. Well, I mean, one of the operations is open to the public, but you're within the group soul when you're a part of it. If I step outside of the group soul, it's going to be different. And each cell in the body of that group soul affects the whole. So I feel like it's my responsibility to bring what I bring to the group soul. Whereas if I were to leave, they would lose just that bit. Because let's face it, during the past 3 years, most of them were completely in the dark.
Right.
And it's just shockingly bad. Shocking.
Yeah. Well,
and that's why you asked the question, what the hell are you doing? Well, I just told you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's my path, and it has nothing to do with them.
Right.
That they are in this thing or even running it is incidental to the fact that this is my path, that is my master.